Warning, the player selections you're about to see may flop miserably. FPL TV cannot be held responsible for any of your own transfer shockers. Please, FPL responsibly.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Point Predictor, the series where I choose 5 players that I think will avoid blanks in the upcoming FPL Gameweek. Within these predictions, I can only choose one player per club, and I must follow the categories shown on screen. Before looking ahead to Game Week 12, let's check back to my choices from Game Week 11 and see how they performed. So it was another underwhelming set of predictions for Game Week 11, although Alexander-Arnold did return an assist, so at least that's a slight improvement from the previous week. Brighton's Neil Maupay was extremely unlucky not to return points against Norwich, missing an absolute sitter against the Canaries. And well, my gut feeling pick of Harry Kane against Everton ended up resulting in Harry Kane getting more of a gut feeling, picking up an illness and not even playing in that game. Let's move on to Game Week 12's picks now, and see which players I think look decent shouts for the upcoming game week. Also, if you enjoy the Point Predictor series, be sure to drop a like on the video and most importantly get subscribed to FPL TV. My defensive pick for Game Week 12 goes to one of last season's FPL legends, Matt Doherty. This one is a slightly risky pick because Wolves still have a Europa League game to play on Thursday evening, which is after I've written and recorded this video, so hopefully no injury for Doherty in that one. As we all know from last season, Doherty provided plenty of attacking threat, but due to his expensive price of $6 million this season, and of course Wolverhampton's Europa League campaign, he's perhaps gone under the radar, only having a minuscule 3% ownership. With a nice run of fixtures coming up for Wolves now though, Doherty could be a very interesting differential in the next few weeks, with Wolves having 3 of their next 4 Premier League games at home. Over the season, Matt Doherty currently stands as the 5th highest defender for shots inside the opponent's box. He also boasts the 2nd highest expected goals of any defender, behind only John Lundstrom, who's essentially an attacking midfielder. What makes this all the more impressive though is that Doherty has all these great attacking stats despite playing significantly less minutes than all the other popular attacking defenders this season. Like I said, due to rotation, Doherty is a risky pick, but certainly an exciting differential that could reap benefits in the coming weeks. My budget midfield pick this week, below the price of $8 million, goes to Burnley's Dwight McNeil. McNeil isn't an option that gets spoken about much, perhaps not possessing the explosive potential that some other FPL options offer. But this prediction is based mainly on the opponent, with West Ham struggling in defence lately. Notably, since West Ham have lost their key man Fabianski in goal, their defensive form has really plummeted, keeping 3 clean sheets on the bounce before his injury and now failing to keep 1 in their last 5 games. Over those 5 games, they've let in 10 goals and also conceded 15 big chances, the 3rd most behind only Norwich and Southampton. Following a poor defeat at home to Newcastle in the previous game week, a trip now away to Burnley looks even more difficult than usual. Amongst all midfielders, McNeil has made the 3rd most crosses in the league this season, with only Maddison and De Bruyne crossing more. Therefore, there could be a good chance of an assist from him this week, with his teammate Chris Wood having an excellent goal-scoring record against the Hammers. My midfielder of any price this game week goes to Sadio Mane. Usually, in a game as big as Man City and Liverpool, it's easier to stay on the fence and avoid that kind of fixture. But given the form that Mane is in at the moment, and when considering City's defensive situation, he still looks a very solid pick for this week. In the last 4 game weeks, no midfielder has had more big chances in front of goal than Sadio Mane, with 5. He also boasts the highest expected goal rate in that spell, and what really stood out for me is his goal involvement lately, because in the last 4 games, he's had a hand in 5 of the 7 goals that Liverpool have scored, 2 goals and 3 assists. This suggests if the Reds are going to score against Man City this week, then Mane has a very good chance of being involved. Another factor for choosing Mane this week, in addition to his superb form, is of course the defensive injuries for his opponents. And with City's goalkeeper Ederson also now potentially an injury doubt, that only increases Mane's appeal this week. My budget forward for Game Week 12, below the price of $8 million, goes to Chelsea's Tammy Abraham. The interesting case with Abraham is that he's been so prolific when away from home, and it's his home games at Stamford Bridge where he's really failed to deliver so far. Away from home, he's now returned points in Chelsea's last 5 road trips, a fantastic away record, but at the Bridge he's blanked in all but 1 of their home games. This does make selecting him this week at home to Palace feel a bit more risky, but having looked at his underlying stats in these home games, there's still plenty of good signs that his fortunes will change at home soon. Among all forwards this season, Abraham has still produced the most shots on target of any forward in home games. He also boasts the third most shots inside the box at home, and he's also top for big chances too. This suggests he's been quite unlucky not to score a few more goals at the Bridge. His opponents Palace this week are certainly no pushovers, but they have conceded 2 goals in each of their last 3 games and are yet to keep a single clean sheet away from home this season. My forward of any value this game week goes to Jamie Vardy. His fixture at home to Arsenal is one I was keen to own him for even a few weeks back, and that's simply because Jamie Vardy does love a goal against the Gunners. In fact, in the Premier League, Arsenal are Vardy's favourite opponents, having scored an impressive 8 goals in 8 games against them. As I'm sure you all know by now, the Leicester frontman is also in superb form of late, scoring a whopping 7 goals in his last 5 games, only blanking once in FPL over that spell, and that blank was a tough game away to Liverpool, so you can't knock him too much for that one. And that's my point predictor picks for Game Week 12. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and if so, be sure to get subscribed to FPL TV. Good luck to all of you watching for Game Week 12, FPL responsibly, and I'll catch you all very soon.